Hey, blockchain users, today there seems to be some fear in the market, especially in the traditional market. Now, later I will be talking about the S&P 500, but before, let's take a look at Bitcoin as we usually do. So, yesterday was an interesting bar pattern. We have what Wyckoff calls the shakeout bar. This is when price go down and then it is followed by price going back up with a strong close. So basically what happens here is that the smart money, the institution, the whales, they are buying the supply out of the end of the fearful, the weekends. It is way easier in hindsight. As you can see here, we got this bar pattern twice and then price went up. And again here on a smaller scale, but still price went up. The opposite is true as well. This bar was the same logic but in reverse, but we won't get into that for this video. Now, what I want you to see is that basically this bar is happening, and as long as we can stay above our 50% level, then we are in a good position, and we will likely be seeing a bottom forming here. Of course, this theory is invalidated if we go below our 50%. This would lead us at least at 60k. But for now, what I'm expecting is a bottom to form here and us to resume our sideways action. This chart is for the S&P 500, which represents the US market. Now, my screen is what most investors are looking at right now, and it's two big red dildos, which is very scary, and it seems like it's going to go much lower. Now, as you know, I use these very boring white bars, and one of the reasons for that is because it removes the noise and it's much less scary. And I have one other big trick, which is super simple, and honestly, I don't know why there isn't more people doing that. And look at my super secret technique. It's called zooming out. Let's just do it for a bit. Now that we are properly zoomed out, we can see that we are in a massive bull run and nothing has changed. This is just a small correction, one of many that have just happened over and over again. In your trading, I recommend you use that simple trick. Now, this is one thing I like also to use, one of my many TA tools. My first rule that I like to use, and I didn't do that before recording this video. So the first one is that all tops can become new bottom. If we look here, well, we can see that it's currently being tested. It's a bit below, but for the S&P 500 and all markets, I like to have more leeway because there's just more fakeouts. So for now, we are finding support here. The other one is our trusty 50% level, and well, how funny, we are directly on it. So what that means is that we are still in the good half of the 0.5 fib level. We are still in a strong and good position. If we go below, it would be a first sign of weakness. But for now, there's really no technical reason to be fearful. I'm still not very sure what I'm supposed to do with these outro. I'll probably make something at some point. Anyway, do the thing with the YouTube buttons and I will see you next time.